right, it's Paul the Pipe Guy live from Rochester, New York. And it is Thirsty Thursday. Yeah, and tomorrow's Friday. And then I get to work on Saturday. They came up with 10 hours overtime per week, which is okay. You know what? I'll go in an hour early. So I'm there at 6:30 instead of 7:30, 6:30 instead of 7:30 till 4. And Saturdays are 6 to 11, so that's 10 hours. So it's about just under $300 extra a week in my paycheck. I'll take that. I mean, you figure 3 times, and I asked the plant manager, how long are we going to be working this overtime? He's like, until you retire. I was like, all right. Well, it's like, if you multiply that out, that's like an extra 15 grand a year. I'll take it. Yeah, plus a raise. So, what we have this evening for Thirsty Thursday, I actually did get a package in the mail. These are some really nice whiskey / bourbon / Scotch glasses. They're made by Venero out of London, and they're actually really heavy. They come in a beautiful box, which that's where they're going to stay. And they just came in. I washed one up. And but they come in this beautiful silk-lined box. I haven't had a chance to take them out of the bubble wrap here. Yeah, but they're nice. I did take one out and wash it up. You always want to wash your glasses before you use them when you get them in. And, oh, wait a second. I'll show you what else I got today. Okay, sorry about that. So I liked the plum pudding bourbon barrel aged so well. I went out and I bought myself a bottle of Knob Creek 9-year-old Kentucky bourbon whiskey. And this is the Knob Creek small batch. Now, this is 100 proof. And as I've said in prior videos, I personally have to be very careful with hard liquor because if I drink too much of it, it just makes me feel poisoned. So, at any rate, that's what I got. That was like $35, and it's not even a quart. But it's 100%. It's 100 proof, which means it's 50% alcohol. And so, then I got my beautiful Venero glass. Yeah, look at that. And it's got 2 fingers of bourbon in it. I have my Busch beer as a chaser. I don't know if I've ever tried bourbon. I suppose it's just whiskey that's made in Bourbon County, Kentucky. But anyways, here we go. We'll try a little. And like I said, that's all I'm doing for tonight as far as this is concerned. I don't want my ass kicked. Very smoky and smooth. I just took a little sip. That's all I'm going to take at a time. So what we have going on here for our 2 pipes for Thirsty Thursday is we have our Peterson Limited Edition Dublin X105, and in it we have our Peterson 3 Ps Peterson Perfect Plug. And I haven't smoked this. I only smoked it once since I ordered it. It does have a delightful smell. And in my, I have my Mr. Bragg Champion 86 pipe. I think it's 86, bowl number 86. Yeah, it is. Mr. Bragg, number 86 Champion. briar pipe. And if you get a chance to get a hold of one of these, I mean, I love the styling on this pipe. I mean, the way that they did the crown, it kind of curves up, you know, if you can see that. And then just, it has like just a very, very thick shank, thick stem, awesome draw off of this. It's a 9 or 10 millimeter. So I think, because based on the, that pipe is filled with plum pudding, bourbon barrel aged. Yeah. I know I've smoked this in the past couple of videos, but I figure since I was trying some bourbon here, we would smoke that. And, oh, it's just delightful. So we're going to start out with that. Oh, yeah. You can taste and smell the bourbon in it. I mean, obviously there's no alcohol. It's all evaporated. But what a delightful smoke. What an awesome pipe. Awesome smoke and awesome pipe put together equals tranquility. Oh, yeah. Hope you guys are smoking and having an adult beverage with me. We're going to take another little sip of our Knob Creek bourbon. And also, if you're a straight up beer drinker, you do have to be careful, because instead of slowly, ever but slowly, sipping on a wonderful glass of bourbon or whiskey or scotch, beer drinkers tend to chug. I mean, you grab your beer like this and it's like, you know, and a quarter of it's gone. Can't do that with hard liquor. It will kick your butt. Yes. So, but good liquor tastes really good out of very nice glasses. I love the way that these are curved down like that, and then you got another curve down like that, and it just goes around and around. It's actually a very heavy glass. But like I said, they weren't super expensive, but they weren't cheap either. It was under $40 off of Amazon. And and they're crystal. Wow. So I do have another 2 different blends of plug tobacco that are coming in that we are going to review. And then, of course, my plum pudding bourbon barrel aged. You know, with some of these newer blends that they come out with, you don't know. I mean, you don't know if all of a sudden they're going to pull them off the shelf. So I ordered another 2 tins of those. Thanks, Chris Mutton Chop Piper, for turning me on to that. If you guys and gals have not tried plum pudding bourbon barrel aged plug tobacco, you just don't know what you're missing. This is like the best. When you take, it just smells so good. Oh, and it looks good too. So, I was sharing in yesterday's video, or maybe it was, yeah, I think it was yesterday I did a video. I am going to take one of my blends, and I think I'm going to do the coffee filter method, where you soak a coffee filter in bourbon, wrap up your blend, and then put it in a can and just let it sit. So I have a very small mason jar I'm going to do that with. May or may not do that tonight. And I'm going to let it sit for a week and see how she smells. And I mean, with the coffee filter soaked, not dripping wet soaked, but like totally permeated with bourbon, then you wrap the tobacco up in it. Then you put it in an airtight mason jar. That bourbon's just going to permeate it. And I think I'm going to do my butternut burley, because butternut burley bourbon sounds good to me. Yeah. And I'm going to let it sit for a week at first, and then maybe try a little bit, and then maybe I'll do 2 batches, let one batch sit for a week and let one batch sit for 30 days, and we'll see how that goes. What do you guys think? So, yeah, I got quite the sunburn on my neck from welding. It comes right up, the light comes up right under your helmet. Just, I mean, even my face got tan. But, this is just so awesome. Yeah. I love this stuff. This plum pudding, bourbon barrel aged. Yep, so they just take a wet bourbon barrel that's had bourbon in it for between 9 and 12 years. So the wood is fully saturated. Fill it up with tobacco and let it sit in there for 30 days. Oh, yeah. Oh. So peaceful here. You can see I got one of my pipe racks in the back. That is my dad, who passed on a couple years ago at the age of almost 80. And that is my 24 pipe rack with a bunch of vintage pipes in it. I did finally take all the pipes that I brought brand new, and there's about 15 of them. Most of them are Petersons and Mr. Broggs. I finally put all the boxes away, but inside of each box I marked what pipe it goes to, when I bought it, my name. This Champion number 86, by Mr. Brog, B-R-O-G. Handmade in Poland, inspected by the owner of the company, who inspects every single pipe before it leaves the factory to make sure it's perfect. You can't beat it. But if you can get a hold of one of these, number 86, Mr. Broggs, Champions, buy one. You won't regret it. Oh, great pipe. I might take some of my spark plug tobacco, and I might try bourbonizing that too. I don't know. I mean, spark plug is very strong as it is, and it has a very, very smoky taste to it and smell, and it's just an awesome plug tobacco. But I do have 3 tins of it. One of the plugs is, well, I used up about a quarter of it, but I could chop that up, rub it all out, do the bourbon treatment, and just throw it back in its container. So yes, more. Another little sip of Knob Creek. Cheers to all of you. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I love these glasses. You know, like with wine, take for instance, if you have a nice crystal wine glass, it doesn't have to be a Baccarat or anything like that. That's like a $400 glass, because you can spend a lot of money on wine glasses. But I got these for like $80 for 4 of them, and the wine tastes so much better out of them. I mean, the crystal's really thin, and like if you flick it when it's empty with your finger, it has that tone to it of a good crystal wine glass. Same thing with, these types of glasses. You buy a good glass and it just seems to taste better out of it. I'm probably going a little too hard on this. We'll let it rest for a little bit. So let's do our X105 Peterson Dublin Limited Edition. This is, I don't know if you'd call that rusticated. It has like an alligator effect on it. It's not sandblasted, but it's a beautiful pipe, stained black, or a extremely dark brown. No, that's black. That's black. And in that, I have our Peterson 3Ps, Peterson's Perfect Plug in that, which rubs out so good. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Ah, yes. So we've had a little miniature heat wave here as this week in the upstate New York area, as I was sharing with you. Excuse me one second. This TV's driving me nuts. All right, so we're back. I just can't stand the flashing from the TV. So it was like Monday was like 88 degrees. Tuesday was 90. All humid days. Wednesday, mid to high 80s. Today was like 77. Which was much more bearable. As I've stated before, you got that welding mask on, a welding jacket, even if it's a light jacket. You got heavy gloves on, and that 2,000 degree heat in front of you when you're welding. I know what. I don't know how many of you saw the video that I did on rehydrating your tobacco, but this has been in here now, I think, close to a week. Oh, yes, the total smell is coming back. And like I was stating in the video, you basically take aluminum foil, make yourself a little bowl, put 3 cotton balls in there, and use only distilled water. And oh yeah, this pipe tobacco after a week is coming back, so it's time to shake it again, because The moisture isn't getting all the way to the bottom. So, and these cotton balls are still very, very wet. I changed them out once. Actually, I put more water in them once. So we'll shake that real good. Kind of tamper down a little bit. Alright, that tobacco's pretty moist. Put it back in there. It might not accept any more moisture. You know, because I'm not putting water directly on it. You never want to do that with tobacco. Put water directly on it. It'll ruin your tobacco. If it's an aromatic, it'll wash away the additives that they have that make it an aromatic. You just never want to do that. You always want to use evaporation on your side. The tobacco will soak up what it needs to become its original state, and no more, unless you dump water on it, which will ruin it. So I think we'll let that sit for another week. It seems pretty moist through and through, and that's my cherry aromatic tobacco. So when it started to really get fairly, well, I got it from the factory. It wasn't from pipesandcigars.com. It was about half the moisture content it should have, and therefore it did not have the strong aromatic cherry smell that it should have. The aromatic smell is coming off of the vapor, the water vapor, as it leaves the tobacco. When it dries out, it loses some of that smell. Ah, yes, we're going to go to a bush. So, yes, this Peterson 3Ps burns very nicely. Beautiful white ash on the top. So pretty much all of my symptoms that I had before, the night sweats, the heavy coughing during the night and during the day, the not being able to smell or taste anything, is pretty much all gone away. I probably did have COVID. I just really didn't know it. So, thank God for that. Peterson's 3P Perfect Plug. I like it. It's great. But this plum pudding bourbon barrel aged, I love that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just so relaxed right now. Yeah. How about you guys and girls? Are you relaxed, smoking a pipe, having your favorite beverage with me? Oh yeah. This is great. Ooh. This is really good. Another little sniff of bourbon. And this little bit of bourbon is all that I'm going to have tonight. Because That stuff is some powerful stuff. I can already feel it working. Maybe that's hence I'm so relaxed. So, oh man, whew, that stuff is strong. Good, but it's strong. Everything in moderation is fine, I think. Within reason, obviously not snorting cocaine or doing heroin in moderation would be okay, but if you have a short glass of bourbon or scotch or whatever you like, as long as it's in moderation and you're not like drinking the whole bottle every night, it's fine. Well, I'll tell you what, that stuff will make you sleepy though. Anyways, we're coming up on 27 minutes for our Thirsty Thursday. Hope you all enjoyed your smoke with me and our beverage together. Anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy, live from Rochester, New York. Happy pipe smoking, pipe smokers. Over and out. And we are going to review the 2 new plugs that I have coming in. I can't wait. They might be in tomorrow. They might be in Saturday. I don't know. But when they come in, we will review them. Yes.